At the end of the 22-23 season, Rochdale Athletic Football Club finished dead bottom of League 2, officially the worst club in the English professional leagues. Relegated for the first time in 102 years, it was a dark day in the history of Rochdale. So we're going to try rebuilding them, but with a few clauses. I'm not allowed to sign a single player. This is a youth-only rebuild with Rochdale, but I've got one little leg up. And that leg up is going to be the best facilities in world football. We've got 20 training facilities, 20 youth facilities, 20 junior coaching, and 20 youth recruitment. And on top of that, we've got the best coaching, recruitment and medical team in world football again. I don't know why the goalkeepers are low. There must be, like, Stevenage must have world-class goalkeeping coaches because ours are still very good. See, Chris Dixon, how good is he? Yet somehow, Stevenage, where are you? Who have you got as a goalkeeping coach? I need to poach them immediately. Ian Pledger or Louis, you say that word. Right, 9s across the board. Come on, they're not better. Even combined, they're less than the one I've got. Anyway, we get sidetracked. This is going to be a 10-year rebuild because we're so low down and we want to get so high up, and I'm not allowed to buy a single player. That's going to be one of the first rules in place. Everything coming through this club is the youth intake. If one of our superstars leaves in, say, season 2 or 3, we are allowed to bring them back into the club because they're our precious little child. But anybody else, no bueno, we're not touching them. So season 1, let's take a look at the squad to start with, and then we're going to jump forward to the first youth intake, which is going to be so important. So as the land lies, we've got a decent kind of structure here. Now admittedly, a lot of these players are in on loan and we're going to lose them at the end of the season, but alongside that you've got a few youngsters here who've got 5-star potential. Anicio Jesus, are we going to put our faith in this Portuguese wonder kid? He's a League 2 wonder kid, admittedly. Ethan Brearley, he's got a transfer lined up already. Are you leaving us already, mate? You are. You're gonna... Oh, he's good. 18-year-old Ethan Brearley is off to Blackburn. Let's hope we've got a clause that we can bring him back at some point. And these players, of course, if they do leave now, we are allowed to bring them back. But in terms of the competitions, we are in League 2. We're competing in all the usual cups in England, the FA Cup and the Carabao, and we are predicted to finish 22nd, 150-1. Only Hartlepool and Crewe are below us. Of course, in the real world, Rochdale went down in 24th. A terrible season indeed. The two players we have, they're the key players in the league, are Reece Bennett, who I think is an old boy, 30 years old, 6'4" centre back. He's actually half decent, to be fair. And the other lad is Liam Kelly, who is an Irish 26-year-old in the centre of the park. I like him. I recognise him. Who did Liam play for? Surely one of the big boys. Reading, one of the big boys in the Premier League, that is Reading. So this is it. Season 1. This is where the land lays. We're going to shoot forward all the way to the first youth intake. Cross everything, boys and girls. We need some big names coming through. Okay, we're back for youth intake, and before we look at that, we're doing okay. Rochdale predicted to finish 23rd or 22nd. We're actually flying. We've got 83 points from 36 games. We're probably promoted at this stage, to be fair. We've destroyed the league. We're not a single signing whatsoever. The tactic we're playing, FYI, is a 3-4-3 mishmash. I wanted to go all out attack, and this is what we've come up with. The thing is, if we're going down, we're going on fighting. This is the 11 we've used. Shall we meet the first youth intake, where all of our hopes and dreams are pinned on? We have, of course, got a golden generation. We've got 20 everything, but my big thing right now isn't necessarily the stars of potential. It's the stars of characterability. And look at this, Stephen Tosh is already rocking a current 3-star ability, and I like this boy a lot. I wouldn't say he's a striker. I would definitely say he's a central midfielder, and with 15 first touch, 15 technique and 15 composure, he could be the Xavi of League 2 stroke League 1. Northern Ireland, 16-year-old. I love him. What a brilliant player. And he is just one of many 5-star potential kids. And what we're going to do with this, I've got the editor here. We're going to monitor their current and potential ability. So these boys are going to be the stars of the future, fingers crossed. And I want to find out if we do have like a 200 potential ability player here. Can you imagine how awesome that would be? Other good players, Jack Forrest in goals. Wow. Jack is a star already. He's worth £500,000. We are going to get some of these players poached throughout. We've got no control of that. Some of the big boys will come in and try and steal our players. Wow. Thomas, he's a Welsh boy, and he is incredible. Again, 5-star potential. He's worth 300 to 600,000. Some of these boys are absolute stars. Modeste, he's not brilliant, but 5-star potential. Jonny Sumalainen, oh my days. 6'2", Finland. Left back, no, centre back. Amazing. Okay, we've got incredible first youth intake. Let's pop those into the first team immediately. We need to bed these boys in straight away and get to the end of season 1 to see if we can get out of this difficult league. Wow, promotion in season 1 is not what I expected, but let's find out if we did it. And of course, we got promoted. We went up as champions with 102 points, 81 goals, 40 goals against. Conceded a decent amount, to be fair, considering there's 46 games in the league. Incredibly against the odds, and I'm really happy for that one. As we move into season 2, these are the competitions we factor in. League 1 is going to be huge for us, and what we need to do is bed in our youngsters. There are some big teams in this league, and I'm not expecting automatic promotion, not even a playoff push, to be fair, but we started well. 3 games, 1 win, 2 draws. FA Cup, Carabao and Papa John's are just going to be for the shits and giggles, shall we say. This is our main attempt, and what we need to do is get these youngsters bedded in, get them game time, develop the transfer value to make some money. What I should have added as well at the start, I did give us a nice big bit of money, but of course we're not going to spend it on players. It's quite simply for the scouting budget to make sure we can keep the best staff available in the world to improve our youth intake, and on top of that we can afford the staff that we need to keep on board. If we come into our tactic page, hit quick pick and go to pick without restriction, best 11, you can see there is 1, 2 regens or new gens, whatever you like to call them, who are in our best 11 already. Tosh, who we've looked at already, and then Josh Cooper coming in as a shadow striker. Yeah, not great. As a central midfielder, he could be class. He's potentially worth £1.4 million. But as a shadow striker, no bueno. So let's get to the next youth intake to see if we can add any superstars to this team. And fingers crossed, we can see how Tosh in particular is going to develop. Okay, let's start off with the positives here, because there's not a lot, to be fair. We've got a golden generation. Surprise, surprise. We've still got that 20 across all facilities, so it doesn't surprise me. We've got a nice mix of English, Irish players coming through. Donaldson looks decent. Did he say 6'5" then? 6'3" and 15 years old. Let me have a closer look at this winger here. As a striker, Connor could be very good. Beyond that, we got Philip Murray. Oh my days, Philip Murray, look how good you look. 16, he's on trial with us, but he's definitely going to stay. But as a striker, I like him. I like him a lot. Notable mention for Darren McDonald as a winger. Not great pace, but still technically brilliant. Cameron Hay. Look, there's our shadow striker. Chuck him behind the boys up top. He's a vast improvement on what we got. He could come straight into the team. And then Alex Reid as a winger, I like him too. Some of these boys will genuinely come into our squad to start with, which at the moment needs a bit of work. What has improved nicely is we're now up to 1, 2, 3, 4 new gens in the first team. Tosh up top, he is developing incredibly well. He's had a dreadful season, let's be honest. 8 finishing up top. We are just persevering for the purpose of keeping him and growing him into a brilliant player. But look how good he's in the cam. He's only 17 at the moment. Behind him, we got David Spence as that shadow striker currently. He would be much better suited in the centre of the park. And even then, he's probably not the best. With one head in, yeah, it worries me. Thomas Hamer as the box-to-box Welshman in the middle. He is going to come very good indeed. Only 5'4". He is the Leon Britton of Rochdale. Love this kid. We really need to keep hold of him. And then Jack Forrest, who I think might be one of our superstar regens. Definitely 6'4", 17 years old. I know I'm going to say regen and new gen back and forth, and it's going to annoy people in the comments, but stick with it. Shot stopping incredible, communication incredible. I love this kid. 2.4 mil. We need to keep hold of him. So with an average age of about 10, you can see in front of us, by the time we add those new wonder kids, we're looking good. The problem is, it's probably going to be back down to League 2. If we take a look at League 1, it's been an absolute nightmare. One other thing I've done, I've made myself unsackable in the in-game editor. We're in 23rd at the moment. I could potentially have been sacked, even though I've done wonders for this club so far. 39 games played. There are 46 games left. We are 12 points adrift. I expect us wholeheartedly to be in League 2 next season, but with a better squad. We just need to keep hold of our players. And talking about keeping hold of our players, these are the boys who we've given contracts to come in, the youngsters, shall we say. We've lost 2 more players. Josh Cooper has gone off to Nottingham Forest. He went off on the 10th of January. Our so-called shadow striker is now worth 14 million bloody pounds, and we sold him for £120,000. A lot of these transfers are vetoed by the board. £120,000 is a lot of money for this club. Paul Reeves, who's gone to Aston Villa, I mean, he could be amazing. He's 17, he's only 6 foot, but he's a technically decent ball-playing defender, if you will, and he's worth circa £10 million. Bloody hell. And that's where we stand. So Kumantaras is the youth player that we brought in just to show he has come from the Rochdale youth intake. And then the final one is Junior Walters, who once again has come through the Rochdale youth intake. I am hoping, if you look, 15th of March 2024, they're the ones who come through already. The rest will be joining us imminently. Let's get to the end of the season to see if we're in League 2. Well, of course we are. 23rd, terrible season. Wisdom, to be fair, who is our right-back stroke centre-back and is a brilliant player for this level, had the most assists in the league with 13. Well done, boy. To be fair, pre-season, we were forecast 24th, so we've exceeded expectations, if you will, even though we're back all the way down in League 2. Damn it. Tosh has continued to develop very well, but he is wanted by 13 different clubs, and some of them, well, they scare me. I think we're going to lose him this summer, to be fair. Along with, a lot of these players are wanted by other clubs, and there's a kind of a loophole here. Even though it says here, out of contract, we can indeed trigger the contract extension, and he's still on this youth contract, so he will be extended quite a bit onwards. So he's not going to go for free, but I think they're going to go, aren't they? Damn it. Let's get into Season 3. Season 3 is filling me with hope. We are predicted 15th, which is the highest prediction of the 3 seasons we've had so far. We're going to go up automatic. We're going to smash this league. The team we've got lined up here have got stars everywhere. The average ratings are high. Everybody is looking superb on form. In terms of transfers, have we lost anybody over the summer? Of course we bloody have. Thomas Hamer, we mentioned, went to Brighton and is now worth £30 million at the age of 17. I like the fact he's gone to Brighton because I think he will flourish there. Just prior to that, Paul Reeves, Josh Cooper were the last ones, which means we've kept Stephen bloody Tosh. God knows how. We've given him a contract until 2027 and he's happy to stay here. He's going nowhere. The next player we might lose is Jack Forrest, our superstar goalkeeper, 6'4". There's some big clubs sniffing around. It is transfer deadline day. I'm going to just turn my phone off and hide. We're going to shoot forward. We're already in 4th position, 3 wins out of the 4. Let's check out the youth intake and shoot through this season. Oh, here we go. We have got another golden generation. I do love these youth intakes. They are flying through. We got a Scottish guy who must be Romanian. He is Romanian, of course he is. Oh, decent defender. I would say more of a centre back than a right back, but Florin will fit in very nicely. Peter Russell, oh, not great. His vision, he is impaired. Jay Hargreaves as a box to box has got a bit of potential there. I don't know how much. Benny Bio, immediately love the name. I love this boy already. 16 years old. Benny is going to be a star. Mark my words. I love wingers who are tricky, but they've got good mental, such as aggression, determination, and flair. That, as a combination in Football Manager, is a winner. Go and search for players now. Go and search for somebody who's fast, technical, but also aggressive and determined, and you will have a player you will love forever. Benny, I already love you, mate. Welcome to the club. 5-star potential. Lewis McGuffel has come in as a really nicely rounded right-back stroke defensive winger. I like him a lot. After that, Lorenzo Rosa. Lorenzo, oh my word, you could be very good. Good technique, good teamwork, really good mentals, to be fair. As a striker stroke midfielder, I don't know why these keep cropping up, but he looks very nice indeed. And then finally, the centre midfielder of Rob Williams. Nice. Bit short, can't jump or use his head, but I don't mind it. Well in, Rob. I like the fact we got loads of Welsh. You do notice that the nationalities of the players coming through link so much to the staff we've got in the background. And this is another nice intake that we picked up. And if we go to the best 11, we can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 regen new gens coming through. Spence, oh, he's developing lovely up there. How good is he coming with his vision? That behind 2 strikers up top is actually a cracking spot for him to be. Hay is there as a false 9, developing nicely and deeply. He's going to be out for a few weeks. Injury at the back. We got the wonderful finish. Oh, how good is he developing? As a wing back, I still think he should be a centre back, but we're going to keep him out there because he's developing so nicely. At the back, we got Odum as a libero. I would swap those 2 round for a start. German Ghanaian playing English. He's done okay in his time. He's getting game time and developing an awful lot on Forest. Wow, he's getting better by the day and the clubs are getting bigger. He's unhappy. He wants to move to a stronger club, but he's stuck here for another 2 years. I know what you're thinking. There's a big player up top missing from here, and that worries me because he's bloody gone. After Thomas Hamer went to Brighton for 525, the January transfer window on the last day, our arguably best new gen regen, Stephen Tosh, has gone to Forest. Oh Jesus, look how good he is. 30 to 43 million pounds. He's going to be a world-class player, isn't he? Literally a world-class player. He's only on £4,000 a week as well. Deep line forward. I think we're going to see him become an absolute star. Not a full cap for Northern Ireland yet, just 7 under-21s. Let's see how that plays out. League-wise, we're in 5th. We're not doing bad. It is super close. All the way from 7th to top is split by 5 points. We've drawn a lot. We've won a lot and we've lost far too many, to be fair. This isn't a good out of the wire, so let's see how it goes. Well, bloody hell, what a way to finish that league. If you remember, it's 20 wins, 10 draws and 10 losses. We went on an incredible run at the end to win 5, draw 1 and lose 0 to go up as champions. A very, very close league, but I'm super happy to get out of it. Let's get into season 4 and hopefully we're not going to lose any more of our superstar youngsters, because there's a few of them we're developing really nicely, and as you can see beneath the holiday, everybody's wanted it. Jonny, I think this boy's going to be the one for the next big move because he's looking amazing. Season 4, let's be having you. Alright then, season 4, there's a few names missing. Ability wise, I've sorted this as the best ability, and all I'm focusing on here is the age coming through. So the 18-year-olds who came through as our first intake, they're doing alright. Di Spence, I'm loving as that kind of player behind the strikers. Beyond that, we got some other ones. Andre is still hanging around, man. He's 32. He's been a legend at this club, but he's going to be going soon. And the rest of these boys coming through, I need to improve quickly. Again, if we pick without restriction, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new gen regens coming through now. Murray up top as the advance forward. Oh, you're getting very good indeed. Last season, 1 goal in 28. Amazing. This season, 3 and 4. It might be his breakout season where he eventually leaves us. I like the fact he's physically strong as well, or at least he's got the stamina, balance, jumping, reach, natural fitness to make that look better than it actually is. Behind that, Spence coming on well. Hay in the centre of the park, the box to box. Very nice indeed, Cameron. McDonald out on the right. What? As a wing back, I love that he's so attacking. Defensively, dreadful. But Darren McDonald out there is a great outlet. 30, he did well last season, 12 assists. He's played 2 games, he's got 1 assist so far. Behind that, Odum we've looked at. Suleiman is still here and Forrest is still here. Developing lovely. Okay, so competition-wise, League 1, what's the preview? Where are we going to finish? Of course, we're bottom, 200 to 1. We haven't got the opportunity to develop our team. Usually you get promoted and you rebuild. You bring loads of players in. We're not allowed to do that. We're relying on the fact that our club has got the best facilities in the world. Just to show you, we're still at 20s all around. Our stadium as well, the Crown Oil Arena, 1906. I'd love to see that developed. I don't think we're going to get to the Prem in this rebuild. I'm going to be honest with you. The fact that we're not growing as quick as possible, and the transfers, some of the youth that we're developing are obviously leaving us. Like 2 of our best players, Thomas Hamer and Stephen Tosh, have gone. These are all the youngsters that came through our youth development. We're going into 25-26. I don't want to lose any more, and I need some of these youngsters to improve a bit. So let's go and see the next youth intake. Oh no, this might be the tipping point. Our golden generation, our golden eggs. The gooses that have been laying them have decided not to lay a golden generation egg. We've just got an excellent intake. 2 of those being 5-star potential. Charlie Moynes, the goalkeeper. I like him. He's decent, 15. He's got some room to improve, and we've already got a brilliant goalkeeper. David Goddard up top, I'd say he's more of a central midfielder. Because of the tactic we play, we get a lot of youth intakes coming through. So we play a false 9 and a shadow striker, which arguably as an attribute spread is something that you can almost attribute to both a central midfielder and a striker. If that makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know in the comments, because I think it does. Beyond that, we got David Marwood, who is not very good. Nicky Haley, decent centre back. David Horvath, who is up top, not the best at all. Brandon Gibson, central midfielder. He's Welsh, we'll keep him. And Roshan Gabrielson is not bad. This is not, look, even down here, Freddie, lad. No, Freddie, no. this is worrying. Everything in this save rests upon the development centre, and if we look at the competitions, we are 12th. Okay, so we've kind of found our settling spot here, 56 points. We're not going to go down, and we're not going to go up. Even though we're quite close, I can't see a hat. But if we can stay in League One and get some of these youngsters to continue developing, we'll be all right. They're 19 now. Jack Forrest is 4.5 star. Oh my God, look how good he is getting. In terms of his goalkeeping ability, command of area, one-on-ones, punching, what a superstar. I'm not even joking. He's a Prem quality goalkeeper. 2 caps for Scotland already at the age of 19. Tell me how good he is, please. He is bloody amazing. After that, Di Spence behind the strikers. I love his polygon. It's just so eccentric. Vision is amazing. But then there's so many areas of weaknesses. Look at his technicals. He's so good at passing technique and first touch. But the rest is like, I just can't even do it. Like, what is this ball in front of me right now? And aside from that, we've got Jonny. How are you developing? Lovely. Oh my word, he's still not worth much at all. So I'm thinking somebody's going to come and steal him. But this youth intake is doing very good for us indeed. And with the best 11 selected, as we're starting to lose some of the older heads, we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 players who are the best players that we can put in this squad. Where is that centre back? Oh, we've obviously lost at least one other player, and there he is. David Adum has gone off to Villa for 575 and he's worth £20 million. Oh my God. How good is he going to be? As a German gunner in England, he can pick and choose where he wants to play. Really like this boy. Gutted he's left us, but what are you going to do? In terms of any other ones, no, still Tosh. How are you looking, mate? Amazing. Huddersfield. Oh, he's on loan. Thank God for that. In the League One. Wait, what? Huddersfield. He's in our league. What's going on here? He's not the top goal scorer, though. Our top goal scorer, I've just noticed, is Murray with 18 goals. That is a brilliant breakout season. He's wanted by Stoke. We might lose him to Stoke, but that is not bad. Right. End of season 4, let's have a look. And there we have it, 12th position, 66 points, as middle of the road as you can get. We were favourites to go down, so I'm chopping this off as a successful season. Transfer-wise, nobody else has left the club. Squad-wise, it's still looking good. Season 5 is going to be the last deep dive, and then we're going to go forward to season 10 to see how some of these youngsters have helped this club get out of bloody League One. The Championship is going to be even harder, but this league I want to get out of. Let's do it in season 5. But before we jump into season 5, let me know, comments down below, is this something you enjoy seeing on our channel, these rebuilds? It's not something we genuinely do, it's more educational, informative content, but these are quite fun to kind of see that journey and to test some theory behind the fun stuff, such as, does youth intake actually work in Football Manager? Are we able to take this youth-only club and grow them to something decent? Comment down below. If you enjoy the rebuilds, let us know and suggest some clubs who you'd like to see rebuilt. So season 5 sees us, as predicted, 18th to finish in the league. It is nice to see that Jack Forrest, our goalkeeper, is the best goalkeeper in the league, and that doesn't surprise me whatsoever. We've already gone to the youth intake days to 17th of March 2027. Let's take a look at our squad. Actually, first of all, let's see if anybody decided to leave us in the summer. There's loads of them, god damn it. Okay, David Adum was the last one, and since then, oh, there's been a few. Yannick Arifez has gone off to Salqueros, should we call them? And as a player with not that much ability, I don't mind him going for free. Alex Reid has gone to Queen of the South, decent standard for those, and then we get into the money side. Jonny, our Finnish world-class left-back, has gone to Plymouth. Well, I never. 18 caps for his country. He's worth 7.4 million, which tells me that's either a release clause or he's already on the transfer window, which I doubt it very much, but he has become amazing, and he's doing okay in the Championship. After that, Darren McDonald, who was a very good attacking left-back for us, has gone off to Bournemouth, and really, he's a very good winger, and in the Prem he's playing 7 games off the bench, 1 starting. He's worth £14 million. Gutted with that one. He was good, and for 4.2 million potentially he's gone for. Di Spence, you've gone, you eccentric man. Leeds have snapped him up for £750,000. He's available on loan. He's not played for them, but he's in the Prem worth £15 million. And after that we've got Lewis McGuffey, who's gone to Stoke for £2.3 million. Now, he's only 17. He's gone too soon. He should have stayed with us with that potential ability to grow a bit. Man, considering how bad our youth intake was last year and we've lost some first-team players, things are getting tough, but we still got some pretty good players. Should we see how Jack is developing? So bloody good. Charlton, Middlesbrough, Dortmund, Porto, Barcelona. Oh my God, he's still contracted to 2028, which is next year. I don't know if we're going to keep him, to be fair. He's only on £600 a week. We'll go in and we'll see what we can do. He still wants to be here. If you remember last time, he didn't want to sign a contract. That's gone, which I'm taking as a positive. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going on here. Does this happen to you in Football Manager where like clubs get added? This has happened to me with like Harry Kane at Spurs and stuff. They just put them in here. They don't play. I don't know why that happens, but hey ho, he's still with us. Phil Murray, our striker boy, he's got 28 goals already this season, and he is looking very tasty indeed. QPR sniffing around at 19 years old. I want to keep hold of Phil. He looks really good indeed. Cameron Hay also up top. He's looking very good. So good indeed. £800,000. I like him a lot. And beyond that, it starts to get a bit weaker. Oh, Rob, you're developing lovely. Didn't he have one heading at the start? He's a really nice midfielder playing for Wales. Capped at under 20 level. I'd love him to get into the national team. Welcome, Rob, the number 8 as well. And the best 11 now is absolutely stacked with New Gen Region, all you want to call them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the first team. Haley is the centre back there, 17, 6'6". Loads of potential to grow into. I'm happy with him, actually. Decent. Hancock is a deep line playmaker. Good. Defensively terrible, but, you know, decent. He can sit there. And Coleman has come in now to replace that slot out there. And he's decent. I know he's 20, but some of the areas, particularly the physicals and the mentals, are not bad for more of a defensive right back, definitely. And Modeste as this inverted wing back, well, he looks insane, doesn't he? Let's be honest. Very attacking. Where is our Portuguese boy? Benny, how are you developing, mate? You're not. Although when he played, he's done really good. 6 goals, 3 assists. We need to give him more game time. He's still 5-star potential. I wonder, has he had any injuries this season? Not particularly. Okay, Benny boy, I want more from you. And the 17th of March, we find ourselves in 9th position, 39 games played, 2 points off promotion. We can do it this season. And in terms of the development players we've picked up to help us along the way, it's a bit better than last year. We've got another golden generation. The Gooses are back on form, and Ryan McLevy has come in with an okay central defensive midfielder. Alex Spendlove. Ooh, I like you, boy. Defensively, you're technically good, but you've got a defensive head, and you particularly positioning, vision, tackling. I like him. Almost kind of that like half-back, if you will. Just sitting there, pulling the strings. I've got potential for this boy. Alex could come good. And as we come down here, there's not many really good ones, are there? I can't see why that would be a golden generation. Oh, let's see if these boys can help us get promotion to the championship at the end of season 5. Let's go. Bloody hell, no chance. 8, 75 points. We got close, to be fair. Just 2 points off, but it wasn't to be. Millwall, Sheffield Wednesday, Huddersfield going upward. Let's be honest, 3 massive teams, aren't they? So we find ourselves still in League 1 at the end of season 5, which is almost your traditional rebuild cut-off. We're going to go for another 5 seasons, but we're going to shoot forward for those 5 seasons, and we're going to summarise in a second. Mainly, I want to go back to some of these old boys to find out how they developed, you know. Lewis McGuff was the last one, but if we go all the way back, some of the first boys that leaving the club, some of the ones who stand out to me are these two. Thomas Hamer for Brighton, incredible. He's now with MTK Budapest, on loan from Brighton. Not doing that well, to be fair with you. But the other one, Stephen Tosh. How are you looking, mate? You still with Forest? You are. Oh, Jesus Christ, how good is he? I want to go forward 5 years to see what this kid comes to. But more importantly, let's see how our club develops and if we can get further up than League 1. Season 6, we finished 8th again, 72 points. QPR, Derby and Salford going up our League 2. We're established as a very good League 1 club. But, you know, it's not good enough, is it? Youth intake for season 6 was nothing to shout about, nothing special, not even a golden bloody generation, just a rather poor intake, to be fair. And of course, we lost 2 other big players. Phil Murray has gone off to Rotherham, which was a silly move, if you ask me. He's a brilliant player. We're going to miss him terribly. He's gone up to the championship, but hey-ho. And then Rob Williams, our central midfielder from Wales, who's finally got 3 contracts and is looking like an absolute star. He's at Southampton. He could be a big player for them. So that being said, season 7, let's take a look. This league is starting to annoy me now. We're still in League 1, 12th. Oh, mid-table mediocrity. Benny has had a breakout season of 34 goals. Let's take a closer look at that one, shall we? Jesus, has he finished the top goal scorer? But Benny, 47 games, and he's going up top now. And to be fair, if he's scoring those goals, I am all for it. A brilliant season for our boy up top, the Portuguese kid. In terms of transfers going out, who have we lost? Cameron Hayes gone to Leeds for £1 million. Brilliant player worth £20 million. And Lorenzo Rosa, wow, he's looking good as well, isn't he? He's going off to Brentford. In terms of plays we've created, are outstanding. They were the 2 gone last year, just to show no others. In terms of the ones coming in during this season, it's a decent one. We got Craig Hanbury up top as a winger and Jack Moss as another winger. But aside from that, nothing to shout about. We've got a Filipino though, Alvin Chowie. I've never had a Filipino in this game. We are still clinging on to some players. Carl Modeste is now the best player at the club by all accounts as our left wing back. And to be fair, he is very good. He's worth £7 million at this division. Isn't bad. But Jack Forrest, how we still have this boy is beyond me. 24 caps for Scotland. He's worth 60 million. We've extended his contract to 2032 and we bumped him up to a record £3,200 a week. He's happy being here. I don't know why. He's one of the best goalkeepers probably in the game, I want to say. Let's see if he stays for another season. And we get out of League 2. Let's get it. Season 8. Oh, damn it. Why? We're getting worse. We're 15th now. I think the tipping point has happened, boys and girls. We're in a situation now where the players we have are improving so much. They're amazing. And then they're all just leaving us every season. Last season, we lost Cameron and Lorenzo. This season, nobody's gone out. I'm so happy with that. And we've allowed some of the players to develop a little bit more. Benny's had another decent season, 20 goals up top, and he's still got this 5-star potential. And I really like the type of player he's turning into, kind of that nippy sort of Jermaine Defoe up top. But the reality is, behind that, there's not a great deal. Carl Modeste is still the best left-sided player. And look at me, it goes down to like 2.5 stars then. Potential, there's loads. But in terms of character ability, it's not happening. And by the time they get up to 3.5 to 4 stars, the other poachers are coming in and steal them off us. Damn it. Just to clarify again, training and youth facilities are still 20. Junior coaching and youth are still 20. Jack Forrest, key player. David Goddard is our superstar wonder kid. Yep, I can see that. So season 9, come on, please get out of this division. Championship, I want you. We bloody did it. Season 9, we have got out of League 1 in 2nd position, 84 points. We're a mile off West Brom and I don't really care. I'm currently at the end of season 10 and we had 1 season in the championship and yeah, 23rd. We're back down into League 1. Unbelievable. This is one of the hardest challenges I've ever had to do in Football Manager. Oh my God, we've lost players of great quality yet again. Let's go back to the last season in season 9, which is here. 2 players have gone. David Horvath has gone to Szeged, who is our Hungarian player, who's half decent. Didn't really do that well with us, but the big sale was Jack Forrest. We couldn't keep hold of him. He's gone to Leeds for huge money, 38 climbing to £51 million. An absolutely brilliant player. I wish him all the best. But since then, what can we do? In terms of our players coming in, we've still got bags and bags of potential. Lots of young players coming through. Our last development centre was another golden generation. We've got Mohamed Davis as a Mazzala in the centre of the park, which looks okay. Ellis Beattie as a good left back coming in with 5-star potential. It's a really nice way to play this game, to bring through superstar youngsters and to develop them, but it's so hard to keep hold of them. Like Benny now is a superstar. He's worth £50 million. He does want to move. Plymouth are sniffing around again. I don't know what Plymouth are so good in this bloody save, but the hard part is keeping hold of them and growing the club. But what a brilliant challenge. We've not bought a single player, and throughout that time I have used a rather attacking formation, but I felt it was the one that we needed to get the best out of this motley crew. So all that's left to do is take a look at some of these superstars that left us early on in the game to see what has become of them. Thomas Hamer up first has had a nightmare. He's in Nashville, God bless him, and he's actually contracted to them, £10,000 a week. He has been around the bush. Next up, Stephen Tosh. I'm expecting huge things from this boy. He's with Spurs. Oh my God. Oh my God, Man City, Real Madrid won him. He's 25 years old. He's one of the best players in world football. Let's not kid ourselves. How good is he? Composure. He went to Spurs for 41 million. He's had 3 brilliant seasons, and now, with all due respect to Spurs, the big boys are sniffing around. Next up is Jonny, who's ended up at Stoke. What a surprise. He's on loan from Sunderland. He's been about to some clubs, hasn't he? Plymouth, Sunderland and Stoke. Jesus Christ. Amazing. What a really, really good centre-back. £52,000 a week. I'm glad it's worked out for Yanni. Then Big Phil Murray, still at Rotherham. He's maybe up for sale for 2.1. He's had some good seasons in the Championship, and I think that's kind of where his level is going to sit after 2 goals in 26 games last season. And then Rob Williams, one of the biggest surprises for me. This kid has become a bit of a worldie, to be fair. Still at Southampton in the Premier League. He's doing all right. He's not played that many games. He's just off the bench. 27 games, but 26 of those off the bench. But still, Rob, cracking player. And then the best player of all. Well, second best really, isn't it? If you look at that amazing wonder kid going off to Man City, Real Madrid, Jack Forrest. But what I love about Jack is he spent the longest period of time with us. All of this time, we clung onto him with dear life. He got his move to the Championship, and he's now in the Premier League playing week in, week out as one of the best goalkeepers in world football. Scotland have got a boy there with 35 caps. Amazing. What a player. Yeah, so youth only rebuilds are very hard, let's be honest. After those 10 seasons, we've not really progressed that well, but we've produced some of the best players in world football currently, and that's the beauty of this type of save. Try it out. Let me know down below in the comments if you're going to give it a go. And if you do enjoy this type of video, check this one next, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.